Hello, YouTube friends. I got out for about, I don't know, 10, 15 flights. I got just more footage of flying than I know what to do with. It's coming out my ears. Basically, I got off to Sargent Beach with a couple flying buddies. This is the site that I previously made a how to recipe for an epic day. And so this is the first launch of the day. I got up and could not get in my seat. So the first flight was a really short one. The issue was I've got a new mini plane ABM with a Moster Plus, and I had an issue with a zipper on the side of the harness for that where the reserve pouch attaches. So uh, great customer service. They shipped me a new harness, and I had just put it on. I got it just before I hit the road to get here, and I'd put it on. I'd got the hang points measured, so I knew they were going to be the same as what I had previously, but I failed to adjust the straps on the harness and let them out for my little bit longer, heavier body, and got in the air and could not get in the seat. So first flight was a short one, but we got on the ground and down, and then I took it over, set it on my rack, and let out some of the straps, and basically just checked it over. And I didn't get it right the first time, but I did manage to get it where at least I could get in the seat. So get back in the air. Roger had showed up by then, and he helped me adjust them a little bit better. And off to the races for just an awesome weekend. I got there late Thursday night. No flying for me Thursday night, but this is Friday morning launching, getting some air time, and I'm flying a demo for. Let's see, I don't know if this one was my Charger 31, but I had a McPara Colorado 25 demo. So much sportier wing, much smaller than what I'm used to with my McPara 31 Charger. And you can see here it's the second flight. I managed to get in the seat. It wasn't adjusted just perfectly, but I decided, hey, I was going to go enjoy the scenery, and it was good enough. I'd fiddle with it when I get back on the ground. So this is just a sample of what I did for all the 3 days on the weekend. Cruising the beach, lots of foot drag, lots of low flying, and just having a spectacular time. On the left there, you see some what's granite. It's kind of buried in the ground, but my understanding is this Sargent Beach is one of the best protected beaches, the Texas Gulf Coast. They got granite there. That they had an erosion problem, and I think the Corps of Engineers put granite blocks wall that apparently goes about 30 feet down in the ground. And here's Roger, my flying mentor buddy. He's doing some low flying, cruising up the beach, getting in some good air time. Here's one of the riskier maneuvers that I did. I couldn't resist a little zoom over their pier, and I got up high enough here. You can tell, always checking out the boats going down through the cutovers, I guess. Lots and lots of launches. Here's Paul Mullenix, a guy I met for the first time down here. He came down and joined us. Great guy. We hope to fly with him some more. In fact, he's come up just this weekend and flew inland in the Katy, Texas area with us. But had a bunch of flights in with him there at Sargent Beach on this weekend. This was about a week ago from the time that I'm producing this video. I'm trying to catch up. Lots of reverse launches. You gotta love doing a reverse launch. I mean, don't mind the forwards at all, but something just kind of chill and relaxing about being able to do the reverse launches. And this is definitely the Colorado. You see, man, it's so zippy, turns so nice. Here I'm creeping up on Paul, kind of checking out him. Just cruising over up and down the beach coastline. And again, just hours and hours of footage. I'm not going to show too much in this video of cruising up and down the beach, especially Friday. Friday was everybody's still at work. I had Friday off, and beaches were pretty empty. So to just cruise and roll up and down. Here's a little more of Paul, getting some good airtime on Friday when the beach is pretty empty. See, we're on the barrier island. We got the Gulf of Mexico off to my left there, and the Intracoastal Waterway. So lots of barge traffic all weekend, well, all the time, running up and down the coast. That's why the Corps of Engineers, I think, put that granite wall I mentioned in here, is to protect the Intracoastal Waterway, an important shipping channel. I guess they were having a pretty serious erosion problem. Here you get a glimpse of our LZ with a landing that I got in here. We played a little bit of beach ball. Roger set it out, and I picked it up from our launch site, carried it with me, and I was really proud of myself. I didn't know if I'd be able to get it. Got it first shot, first pass, first attempt. Carried it down the beach a ways and found a good spot and let her down. See if I could get it again. Let Roger have an attempt at it. And like I say, I did have a sort of a miss, but I haven't actually cut out any attempts here. Here's lining up for it again over some of the pretty scenery we have. And of course the headwinds, the beach winds help a lot to get you at a slower speed. And I'm pretty sure this is with the Colorado 25, so it cruises pretty fast with my body weight. I'm at the very top end of the weight range for this wing. And in fact, you'll see in a later video, that was a demo that I was doing. There was a kick. I was just planning to kick it, and I think I pretty much had a swing and a miss. Come in, got the ball in the sand. Oh, tried to pick it up again. There's a miss. I guess I hit it, but I didn't fail to squeeze it. Get back in the air, a little bit of running, and here we go. I think I was successful this time. Let's see. Yeah, we'll carry it over and drop it off for another attempt. Let Roger have a shot at it. There's Roger giving a shot. I don't know, I think he was just trying to kick it. And I'll blame Roger here. You see, I grabbed it, squeezed it, and it went flat between my legs, and then basically I stepped on it getting off. So that was the end of it. I don't know. It must have got a stick, or could have gotten Roger's prop when he went by. I'm not real sure. But you can see this would be Saturday. Here's Roger getting in the air again. See a lot more vehicles at the boat ramp where we were parking, but here's us cruising down the beach. And one thing you got to do is watch out for the kites. They can be pretty serious hazard if you're not paying attention for kites. Luckily we didn't have too many here. This is probably the most challenging or whatever landing I've ever done. I would not have done this landing on my Charger 31, but with that Colorado 25, I've gotten used to it. I knew I could kind of zip in there, and if I would have had an issue early, I could have veered off left and just landed in the parking lot. And but I was pretty proud of myself being able to land right there where I wanted to, coming in over the trailers and the vehicles, and felt pretty safe doing it. Here's a little bit of practice. We practiced some Cobra launches, and I don't think I got any of those, but just me taking the Colorado 25 and flying it, touching the wingtip to the ground. And this is with my 360 camera, so it's got a wide angle there. It kind of looks like the wing's laying back. It's not. That's just the big angle I've got on the camera, so you can see all of it. So I went from one tip of the wing touching to fly it down and put the other end down here. So that was good practice. I love the beach wind for being able to do that. Just awesome place. I'm hoping to get back out there in the coming weekend if the weather will cooperate. I got another Friday off. I'm lucky I got every other Friday off, and so we'll see if I can get out. Here we'll lay the wing down and just playing with that, flying it sort of in the Cobra position, I guess. Here's some lower cruising, slow cruising. A lot of the folks out having fun during the weekend on the beach. This is one of the washover, cutover, or where the Gulf of Mexico connects to the Intercoastal Waterway. Hanging out there. The things we had a lot of fun doing. We'd go up to the north end of the island where here's a washover I'm kind of flying over. Here's Paul. We would, I guess, take a little bit of risk and do some touch and goes over on what would be no man's land. We'd have if we had an issue there, we'd have a bit of wading across the water. Probably have to hold the paramotor up in the air to keep it out of the water. But it was a great spot to do a little touch and goes and some landing. Here's me again working on my spot landing kind of, and pretty happy with myself, hitting pretty much where I want to. Again, that Colorado 25 with, I'm so heavy on it. Once I cut the engine, I went down. I had a pretty steep descent angle, I guess. So, which actually helps me, I don't have to plan quite as far ahead as I do with my Charger 31, where it's a lot more floaty and I glide a lot further. Here's another launch. I guess it's late afternoon. Roger getting in the air for one of our afternoon flights, and I'm going to follow him here. He's just cruising over some of the green area just off the beach. It was kind of one of the sillier things we did, but a big grin on our face. Roger and I kind of did a side-by-side where landing on that what I call the no man's land, where we'd have to wade across the cut-through channel. We decided, hey, we're down here at the same time. Maybe we ought to do a wingtip touch, a wing bump. Not exactly a flying one, but did that and had a lot of fun. Had a big grin on our face when we did it. So Saturday evening was drawn to a close. I think we'd gotten in quite a number of flights. We decided we'd bring it in for the evening and head off, have some dinner, watch the sunset from the restaurant instead of from the sky on this particular day. So there's me coming in for a landing. Here's Roger coming in. Paul was already in, and my wife was out of town, but Roger and Paul's wife, one of Paul's kids was there, and we had a great evening. I had some dinner, and I got up first thing next morning and had to get an early morning flight. The winds were coming in from inland, but I decided they were really light. I'd go ahead and launch, stay low. I had to launch toward the Intercoastal Waterway, a little bit of a turn, probably one of the, I don't know, it wasn't that risky, but I guess it made me think about it. I accepted a little bit more risk in that launch, but just really enjoyed kind of more of an inland flight. I stayed low and stayed away from the Gulf waters just in case there was wind that didn't want anything to blow me offshore. So I stayed safe that way. I kind of treated this more or less like my normal inland flights up in Katy, and just enjoyed the morning flights. Got another flight in. There's some boaters in the Intercoastal Waterway. Got another flight or two in that morning, but basically it was more of the same, cruising up and down the beach, following Roger around, having him follow me, and just an awesome weekend. Have a good one, and I'm going to try to get out and do this again here in the coming week.